I usually take about 3 or 4 of these Krystal flash strands, double them over a couple of times. We don't need a super long section. Gonna add a little bit of flash to the back of our fly. Probably 8 pieces of Krystal flash, 4 cut in half, and then I just tie those in right at the halfway point, and I will bring this all the way back to where my thread hangs equal with my hook point. I know that I generally like to keep the tail just past the bend of the hook here. It's easiest to just tie in one end of the rubber leg and then just take the other end, tie it in on the other side. First piece of foam, 2mm, this is just orange. I start real skinny here and I just slowly taper it out. Next, I will just pull this tight and start wrapping this up, and we're gonna try and create a little bit of a taper. That's why we went from skinny to wide. You just need another pretty thin piece of foam. Make sure it's secure and also make sure that it's centered on top of the hook. Just make sure that's stacked nicely. And then again, I'll just hold it up there, see where I want it. And then I'll do a couple loose wraps here, and then I'll splay that around the hook. And if anything, we don't want a lot of hair on the top of the fly. We want it going off to the sides and to the bottom. That's what we're gonna end up trimming. Then we'll put some tension on that. That's where the GSP comes in handy. I like to push all this stuff back, so I'll just work that to the front. Get a nice clean tie off. What I like to do is I'll take my thumb, and on the top of this fly, I'll push down and spread these fibers that are on the top of the fly to the sides. They're gonna help us create the wings that keep this fly floating so nicely. I'll just take my foam and pull it forward. If you got any loosey-goosey guys here, that's when you pull those back. And it kind of is easy because then you can take your fingers and preen all these back. The only goal here, make sure you get it tied in so that it rides straight. We're gonna trim the rubber legs. It really doesn't need a huge lip, and I just try and make sure that it's nice and square, like that. And I will just go as close as I'm willing, straight through. So that's what we're at with so far. I actually kind of want to create almost like the hull of a boat, but we want to create something where the wings are kind of holding the fly up like a raft. And you can kind of choose how wide you want the bulk of this deer hair to be. I like to keep it fairly short. I don't want to have any of these extra ends that have the sharp abrupt ends. I want to cut all those out. This is the first fly that I ever caught a steelhead skating a fly on, and I have to give a huge shout out to my buddy Jake. He's the one who showed me a fly very similar to this, and I've had a ton of fun tying these. Give it a shot, send me some fly pictures if you do, and have some fun skating some flies. It's a really good time.